Well, folks, we've learned one thing, and that is that Donald Trump is a grifter. He will absolutely grift any moment that he can. I mean, I'll just go ahead and cut right to the chase. The guy sold Bibles. I mean, that's pretty much it. The guy went out there and autographed Bibles. And I've really never gotten over that. I'm an agnostic who believes in Jesus more than they do, because I would never let anyone autograph my Bible. I wouldn't have let Billy Graham autograph my Bible. I wouldn't let the Pope autograph my Bible. I wouldn't right now. And I've got a raggedy copy of it because I've not had a new one in years. Mine's falling apart at the seams, and it's got so many notes and stuff that I've made in it. But I have more respect for it than that. But the guy went out and sold Bibles. And then when someone took a shot at him, he grifted off that. When he got arrested, he grifted off that. He's grifted off every damn thing in the world. But here he is now grifting off of bringing the military to my state. And this should truly offend Tennesseans. And it should absolutely offend all the people in Memphis. Because this is clearly just one of the most disgusting things that he's done. But folks, I mean, this is Donald Trump. This is who he is. And so I'm going to be reading this article here from MidasNews.com. But before I do, I want to thank y'all so much for your support here on the channel. I understand that we're living through some really dark times. I understand that everyone's scared these days. Everyone's, worried about our rights being stripped away, and they're worried about our platforms. And I understand everything that you're concerned about. But I always say to people, take care of your mental health first. I've had a lot of friends say, Brando, I'm sorry, but I haven't been able to watch you in the last couple of days. I had to take a break from it. No offense taken on my part. Whenever you come back and start tuning back in, pick up where you left off, and we'll keep rolling together. But don't sit and feel like you're obligated to do this. Take care of yourself first and foremost. I always tell people that first. Before I say, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1 million. I hope we get there. I believe we will get there at the rate that we're growing, and it doesn't cost anything to do so. So if you want to hit subscribe, hit subscribe. If you ever need to take a break, and we will continue to work together. I just always want to stress that and let people know that I'm not expecting you to watch. And I also don't expect you to sit and watch every single video every day of your life. Take a break when you need one, and take care of your mental health, because you're definitely going to need to be there for your family and friends. And, you're going to need to be there in this world. We need you. So stick around and take care of yourself. But we'll read this article here from Midas News Network. Shout out to the Midas Mighty, and shout out to J.D. Wolf for writing this article. Trump raises cash off Memphis National Guard deployment. Trump is again using the military to fund his campaign war chest, and he's going to do it right here in my home state. Donald Trump is leveraging the recent deployment of the National Guard to Memphis as part of a nationwide law and order initiative to solicit donations from supporters. In a fundraising email sent Monday, Trump framed the intervention using sensationalist language, warning that Democrats would rather protect illegals, cartels, and gangs than you. I'm just going to pause for a minute before I continue reading, folks, and say that ain't us. That's him painting everyone with one big, broad brush. That's him refusing to unify anyone. That's him refusing to turn down the temperature in the room. That's him keeping his fist clenched while we're trying to shake hands. That's what this is, okay? So we always gotta hold this dude accountable. MAGA never will. The mainstream media never will. The politicians are spineless, but we're not. We're going to continue to stand up against this bullshit. But it's not. We care about you. We want you to have health care. We want you to have a living wage. We want you to have a First Amendment right. I want you to have a Second Amendment right as well. A lot of people think that I'm against that. I'm not by any means. I want to see people live the life that they were born to live, and I want everyone to have a life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. This is bullshit when he says this kind of thing. But look what the email says. I love the smell of deportations in the morning. I know that we're so far into the weeds with this now that, we're at the stage, I don't know, like if it's a Jonestown documentary, I think the Kool-Aid's already been distributed, and it just didn't actually, do them in, but their brain is no longer there. If I got an email from someone saying that, I don't care if they were on the Democratic side, if I got an email saying that, I'm deleting it. That's going straight to the trash if I get that. But here's what he put. So the email with the subject line, "I love the smell of deportations in the morning," also teased future troop deployments in more American cities while portraying the actions as a broader plan to restore public safety. So look here, breaking Trump alert. He sent this to one of his followers. Says, families are being ripped apart, but we're not going to let it happen any longer. We're now moving to Memphis and New Orleans. Democrats would rather protect illegals, cartels, and gangs than you. That's why I have declared, criminals, your time is up. We're bringing buses and handcuffs to arrest every single criminal. Law and order. The open border is closed. Sanctuary cities are done. The great American carnage in our cities will end. I'm rolling in with ICE. I will not let families live in fear while Democrats sit on their hands and point fingers. This is just the beginning. I will not rest until we make America safe again. Not today, not later, now. I'm moving in with ICE and with justice. But before we pick the next city or town, I can't do it alone. Stand with Trump. Choose your side now. Choose your side now. Because if we fail, we no longer have a country to save. You've never let me down, and I know you won't stop now. That's one of the saddest lines in the whole thing. You've never let me down, and I know you won't stop now. So stand with Trump. May God bless you. We are behind on our fundraising, but your action today will make a difference. Let's raise some money off this. So the email emphasizes urgency using language and paints the operation as a personal fight for his supporters' safety. Trump wrote, "I will not let families live in fear," while Democrats sit on their hands and point fingers. And he encouraged his readers to stand with Trump by donating to his political organization. The email ties the action directly to his political fundraising, raising ethical questions about using domestic troop deployments, and raising campaign cash. So that's vintage Donald Trump right there, and it's an insult to everyone in Tennessee, and it's an insult to everyone in Memphis. I do live, and I joke about it, but it's not a joke. I say all the time that I live in the buckle of the Bible Belt. I truly do, and I see so many people in this part of the world with that flag that says "Don't tread on me." They usually have that flag more so than they have the American flag. They have the Confederate flag more so than they have the American flag. And they have flags with Trump's name on them or his head on Rambo's body more so than they do the American flag. But there's one thing they've always talked about when they're talking about the Second Amendment. I believe the Second Amendment is there to protect us for our own personal safety. They always said that it's there for them to be able to rise up against a tyrannical government. They've always said that if the government started stripping rights away from people and started sending the guard into the streets, then that was the moment that they would rise up. But those are the people right now that are absolutely sitting on their hands and not doing a damn thing. That's the people that have absolutely went silent. And that's the people that is okay with the guard coming to Memphis. And I'm just going to say it. I know it's going to piss some people off. I don't care. They're coming to Memphis because the majority of the Memphis population is black. Because it's a black town. That's why. And that's why so many good old boys don't give a shit. And that's why our governor and everybody will just sit back and let it happen and roll over and let it happen and let Donald Trump bring his theatrics to the streets of Memphis and let him flex and let him pretend to be a military leader when he himself dodged the draft. And it's an insult to anyone who really does truly believe in personal freedom or does believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. There are ways to bring down crime, and we're all about working together to do so. Putting the guard on the street does nothing but intimidate people, and that's pretty much all it is. What we're seeing right now is an attack on personal freedoms like never before, and when you have comedians being taken off the air for making jokes, and you have networks shutting people down because Trump is leaning on them, and you have the guard on the street, it is all designed to intimidate political opponents. Now, I understand that they don't like us, and they love the fact that he's trying to intimidate us, and I love the fact that they're standing back and they're cheering this stuff on. But I had a person say to me one time, they said they were cool with Trump being a dictator. They said they were cool with it as long as he was doing what they wanted him to do. They didn't realize the giant flaw in that statement, but it's massive, it's glaring, and you all know where I'm about to take this. He was too dumb to see it, but when I heard him say, "I'm cool with Trump being a dictator as long as he does what I want him to do. A dictator don't give a fuck what you want him to do. A dictator don't give a damn about your opinion. It's not like that you're going to be able to say, yeah, go ahead, be the dictator for me, do what I want you to do, send the troops to Memphis, yay. Now, if you decide to turn against him tomorrow and say, hey, wait a minute, I'm not cool with that anymore, he's going to say, fuck you. Because he doesn't need you. He already got your vote, and he said so. I don't need you, I just need your vote, and I'll fix it to where you never have to vote again. So the people that sits back and says, I'm cool with it as long as he's doing what I want him to do, dictators don't give a damn about what you want them to do. They're not taking your advice. They're not listening to you. They're not going to say, oh, okay, well, yeah, I was going to be a dictator, and then I went down to Tennessee and I pissed off some good old boys, and now them good old boys is mad, so I can't be a dictator no more. They're not cool with it anymore. That's not how it works. The dictator says, I don't give a damn what you think. It's like the old Buffalo Springfield song that I redid. Step out of line, the man come and take you away. It's ridiculous that people sits back and celebrates this, and the guy can grift off damn near anything, and they're cool with it. And they'll buy it. While they complain about the price of eggs, they will buy some of the most god-awful looking sneakers anyone ever seen in their life. While they're complaining about inflation, while they're complaining about gas prices, they will buy a shirt that's got his mugshot on it that says never surrender, with him surrendering. And they'll go to church on Sunday and they'll take a Bible that he autographed and sit there and hold it. And they'll pay for it. They'll buy that Bible. I remember going to church one time, and the church I'm talking about, I'm not going to name drop them on here, but the church I'm talking about gave us all Bibles back when we were a kid. And I remember the minister saying, no, we would never charge someone for a Bible. We would never charge someone for the Word of God. We want them to be able to have it. We want you to be able to read the Word of God. We'll get you the nicest copy we can. They did. They gave us really nice ones as a kid. That same guy now supports Donald Trump. And his congregation's sitting there holding Trump Bibles that they paid for. He's okay with Donald Trump signing a pair of tits and then turning around and signing a Bible. Somehow that guy ended up being a man of God. I don't know how it happened, other than they just wanted to be in control, and they found the guy that would let them be. But we're going to sit back, and we're going to watch it turn on them. Unfortunately, it will have turned on every one of us, but we'll never be able to get that through to them. The only way that conservatives and MAGA ever wakes up is when it happens to them. And I hate to say that, but that's just the truth of the matter. So when suddenly the dictator that they were cool with, when they're not cool with him anymore, and then he brings the long arm of the law down on them, they'll probably never say Tennessee Brando told me so, but deep down they know that I did.